Hey everyone, and welcome to tonight's webinar on comparing consumer and commercial embroidery machines. My name is Mark Stevenson. You don't get to see me today. I am just going to show you the computer screen before I turn it over to Iris and Dawn in just a few minutes. I do have a question for you guys. How many people here already have a commercial embroidery machine? If you would raise your hands, that would be great. And if you are, do you just want to know that you made the right decision? Because you did. Okay, there's a few. How many of you have a high-end consumer machine? Okay. Good. All right, so I'm just going to take you through the quick tour here so you know everything that Coldesi has to offer if you have not been with us before. And the first thing you see right here is our caswebinars.com website. And on this, we're not only keeping all of the webinars and the upcoming webinars that we've got scheduled. For example, there's this one. We've got a fast embroidery with applique with the GraphTech and the Avance coming up. We've got bling options. I highly encourage you, if you are interested in bling, to attend that one next Wednesday. We've got a lot of great activity coming up, and you can find it all at caswebinars.com. What we just started doing is we started with this recorded webinars page, because we always get questions, you know, hey, did you record the webinar? Where can I see it? And this is it. You can come to CAS Webinars and hit the Coldesi recorded webinars and see all of ours. And then go to CNC, which is Coleman & Company, and see all of theirs. Most of their webinars are going to be on technique and on different supplies and on the cutters and things like that, and the patches, and most of ours, or all of ours, are going to be about the equipment, about embroidery machines and direct-to-garment printers, etc. That's CAS Webinars. I really encourage you to go to this page, CAS Podcast. All you have to do is go to caspodcast.com and hit the play button, make sure your sound is on, and you'll get to listen to information about the business. We did one on beating the competition by being different, accessing the Hispanic or any other ethnic groups market, all about the bling business, things that will kill your bling business. We did how to make more money next month. There's a lot of great basic business information. Very little sales pitch, mostly just trying to help you guys succeed. Let's see. We also have, if you are a customer, then you should be going to our support.coldesi.com to our online webinars, because what we do twice a week is we will have a tech talk. And one is on equipment, and that is either the printers or the embroidery machines, etc., and one is on the software. This is ongoing education for you guys. So if you are here and you have an Avance, you're using Stitch Era, or you have one of our bling machines and you're using Hotfix, you know, look for a class on Friday. This coming Friday, it's on the Hotfix bling machine software. Following Friday, it's on embroidery software. There's no charge for this. You get a technician just to spend an hour with you and answer your questions and help you along the path to better success. And then, of course, we want you to go to colemanandcompany.com. That's our in-house supply business, and they've got all the supplies you need to run your embroidery business or your bling business or your custom T-shirt shop. Okay? Any questions about any of that? Great. I'm going to hand the microphone over to Dawn, since she doesn't have one, and then I'm going to slip out of the camera range and turn it on. There we go. There they are. I almost made it. Oh, so close.
Hello. I'm Dawn.
I'm Iris.
Thanks for joining us this evening. Tonight we're going to talk about the Avance commercial embroidery machine in comparison to some consumer models out there. Home-based models, right?
Yes, or prosumer, because they probably cost more than one of these.
Some of them do, absolutely. We're going to tell you a little about our Avance and some of the differences. We're going to start with our Avance, though. Our Avance is a 15 needle machine, 15 different colors, or needles, you know, different needles for different applications. Sometimes you need sharps for your caps, and then, you know, for a polo you might need some ballpoints, depending on the weave. So not only can you have 15 different colors, but also obviously you could have 7 sharps and 8 ballpoints on here as well. Anything that saves you time in your embroidery and in your production, obviously it's just going to make you more money. Okay, it's going to give you time to answer the phone, take some orders, whatever the case may be. The machine does come with the stand. You have to assemble it, but it does come with the stand. We give you all the hoops you need for your flats, and we're going to show you some of those. Not only do we give you the hoops, but we give you doubles of them as well. Okay, so we have, oh, you got your hands full. You don't have a pocket today?
Yeah, no, it's okay. With a consumer embroidery machine, you might get 3, maybe 4 hoops. With a commercial embroidery machine, you'll get 2 hoops of each size. Okay, so you will get 8 shirt cap hoops. Again, 1 to sew and 1 to go. So you can be sewing 1 and hooping 1, okay?
So you
And
get the 9?
Yep, so you'll get all of these. You'll also get 2 12 by 12s on a consumer embroidery machine. You might get one that's maybe 7 by 14.
Yeah.
So this
that's
is
the big
really
one.
nice, and that's their big one. So
their largest one,
this is a 12 by 12 jacket pack hoop, and you'll get 2 of those as well. And then your bonus hoop will be the 21 by 15, which has a 14 here and 20 here for your sewing area. So this is a very nice large hoop. Okay?
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
Does anybody know why big hoops are better?
Bigger's always better, Mark.
Bigger's always
Always.
I've heard that.
You're talking to women here, you know.
But it's nice for...
Now I have to edit that out. It's because normally in embroidery, if you have to embroider before, you charge for stitches.
Exactly.
So the bigger the design you can make, the more money you can make.
Cha-ching.
Two.
Yes. All right, so those are your hoops. She mentioned the table. You'll also get some accessories. You'll get 15 5,000 meter cones of thread. You'll get 100 needles, 50 ballpoint, 50 sharp. You'll get some cutaway backing, tearaway backing, solvy, scissors, nippers, tweezers, and you'll also get a toolbox. So everything that you need to get started will be included with your machine. Also, another feature of the machine is your LCD panel. On the side here, you have a USB port, so you can bring your design, save it to a USB key, bring it over to the machine, and upload your design.
There's also the Ethernet connection as well
Correct.
for networking or for, you know, if you just want a direct line in there.
Yep. With the LCD panel, you also have your stitch preview, so you're able to see your design, so you know you're sewing the right one.
Yeah, it has a simulation as it's sewing out right on the actual screen.
Real-time stitch.
One other thing we didn't mention was caps. We have the cap driver and then 2 cap frames as well.
Which you don't get with a consumer embroidery machine. Keep
Well,
that in mind.
They won't give it to you with it, but some of them you can add it on. It's very difficult to do hats on one of those machines. You know, it's very difficult. But, you know, we give you the 2 cap frames, and then, like we said, there's always 2 because of the fact that you're sewing one out, you're hooping one up, getting one ready to go. Okay? We do 2 years, parts and labor, warranty, 5 years on major components. When you have a consumer model, a lot of these products are a lot of plastic pieces. Not ours. It's heavy duty, it's metal, it's steel. They might show you some fancy schmancy iPads as the control panel. We chose not to get a push button, you know, a touch screen, because you know the more you work for a business, you're going to be touching that screen quite often. If that screen breaks, which they are known to do, they're very costly. So we stuck with the standard touch.
Honestly, even if they never break, you rate screens like that by the number of touches over its lifetime. So just using it diminishes its ability the next time you touch it.
Exactly.
One thing that I don't want to forget is that you also get this table here. Okay, so this insert goes right on here, and it'll help you with those heavy items.
Correct. If you're doing leather, Carhartt jackets,
Blankets, any heavy object.
luggage,
Mm-hmm.
duffel bags, just to give it support while it's sewing out.
Correct.
If you have a heavier item and you don't have that support, it's just not going to come out too good. It's not going to stitch well at all. There's going to be too much play in it.
Yeah.
So, again, 2 years, parts and labor, 5 years, major components. It's the longest warranty out in our industry with our Avance. Also, with our single head, we give you a 2-year trade-up program. And no one in our industry offers this. For 2 full years, if your business grows and you need to go to a multi-head machine, multiple, 15, 4-head, 6-head, 15-needle machine, we will give you 100% trade-up for what you've paid for your Avance towards a larger purchase, a larger machine. And like I said, there's no one in our industry. We've searched. There's nobody in our industry. There's some companies that will give you 50%. 50%? You can go out and sell it for more than that. So that just doesn't even make sense to me.
Yeah, and that's another thing. With commercial embroidery machines, they hold their value. So if you go and you buy, one of these home sewing machines or consumer embroidery machine, it can drop.
You can drop 50%.
Exactly. So
After,
that's huge. Okay?
just a year or two.
Yep. So the fact that you don't lose that much value, you may lose maybe, maybe like 500?
Yeah, 500-600 a year on a commercial embroidery machine.
Correct.
It will hold its value. It's a good investment, because more than likely you're not going to want to get rid of it, but in the case that you do, you know that your money's still going to be there. It's not going to depreciate as quickly as a home machine.
And also, there's no changes. There hasn't been any changes on commercial embroidery machines except they went from floppy to USB. With one of those consumer machines, next year they may have a different model. They may call you up and say they have the next latest and greatest model. So, so you may not find parts for the one you have now.
And of course, technical support. Support is important no matter what your business is when you have machinery. It is a true value. And we can't stress enough what good technical support means to your business when you're struggling with a design or something's just not working properly on your machine. We have the largest technical support in our industry. These guys have been in this industry for many, many years. Some of them are 20 years in our industry. They're a true value, and the ongoing training that we have for our customers it's just,
And education as well. Like we have like they said, we have the tech talk. So
yeah, it's priceless. There's not a lot of companies that'll take the time to do all of that, but we do. We want you to succeed. We want you to grow, we want you to expand, and we want you, obviously, to be a long-term customer of ours as well.
We want you to come back and trade this baby in for a multi-head or add equipment to your current services, whether it be a CAMS machine or a Spangle machine or
DTG.
I mean, we offer all of those items here as well.
We're a one-stop shop.
We see that all the time on the Facebook group. Is people that have bought like the PE 770 or the the Entrepreneur Pro, looking for help because they can't get it anywhere else.
I know, and it's sad.
Really is.
It is very sad to see. Another thing is they're only 10 needle machines, the two that you just mentioned as well, where ours is 15. People might say, oh, I don't need all those needles. But again, it's not just so much, or colors, it's not just the colors, it's the needles that you have in your machine. You don't have to change them out if you put different types of needles in them.
Yeah, I mean, if you use burgundy a lot, right, let's say you have an account where you use a lot of burgundy or a lot of navy, black, white, whatever it is. I mean, you can have 3 whites here, you can have 3 navies over here, and that's what if needle 1 runs out of thread, you have it on needle 2.
Metallic.
So, I mean,
Yeah.
Metallics, exactly.
Yeah.
You will need different needles for different applications, and this gives you, it gives you the ability to just leave it as is, and when that repeat customer comes back to you, all of this, like I said, with our training, our tech talk, it's really priceless, okay? We also have a lot of good resources as well. Did you mention the Facebook page when you did your entry?
You know, I don't
think you did. We have our custom apparel startup on Facebook. So if you're a Facebook user, which most of us are,
Yeah.
Feel free to join. A lot of our customers there or people that are in the business are there, and everybody's wonderful on that page.
Yeah, they don't mind sharing information. It's just really, really nice to see that. We do have a question, guys. While we are talking, please, if you have questions, definitely, send those over to us. We love questions. We'll try and answer, all that we can. And if we don't know, we'll go ahead and call you, or your account manager will call you to answer your questions. So
We're going to know. We're going to know.
We're going to know. So Margie does have a question. She says, what format software does it accept?
DST.
Correct,
Is the
which is
file
universal for a commercial embroidery machine.
Now, when Sean demonstrates the digitizing software, he'll show you all the formats. If you're using PES or something else right
Yes.
now, you can definitely bring in all of your consumer formats
Correct.
to help you make the transition.
Yeah, and you just save them over to DST. There's a lot of free websites out there that allow you to convert some of them as well to DSTs. Okay, software plugins, that type of thing. We have another question.
Yep, Simon's asking, what kind of power outlet do we need to operate the machine? The machine operates on a 110 regular outlet. So it is 110 volts, so it plugs into a regular outlet.
It's not a big power draw either. You don't
No.
have to get a new breaker or anything. It's
No.
a great
It's
machine.
like 2 amp. What does this draw? 2 amp?
1.5, 2 amps.
Yeah, it's very minimal. So yeah, there's no.
I think a washing machine draws more ampage than embroidery machine.
I should trade mine.
You
Trade it
see what it looks like from the
out.
side?
Sure.
I think that's really educational.
That's another thing. This has wheels, so you can actually turn this and move it around. Okay, here it
You
is.
can bring it to a trade
A
show.
big sewing machine.
Um,
That's what it looks like.
That's what it looks like. Okay.
It is on the stand, however, it's not bolted in. So you could take this apart and you could bring it to a trade show and do some embroidery right on site.
Yep.
With a commercial machine, you can do, and on average, 6 to 10 hats or flats per hour, depending on the stitch count. It's all about the stitch count.
And that thing, by the way, will wheel right into a closet. So
Correct.
Yes.
if you've got a back bedroom that you put business in, you just put it in the closet
Yeah.
and enjoy it.
Get
Yes.
company, you just throw it in the closet.
It's a 30 by 30 by 60 on the stand is the measurement of the machine on the stand. So that's another thing. 1501C stands for 15 needle single head compact embroidery machine. Most commercial, I would say all commercial single heads are 1501. So ours is Avance 1501. There are other 1501s out there, but they're commercial. If you have something that says entrepreneur or enterprise or
If it's got a cute name.
yeah, then it's not a commercial embroidery machine.
A friend of mine was in Joanne Fabrics last weekend and was looking at the Viking machine, which is pretty much a home embroidery machine, 10 needle.
No. This was a single needle.
Oh, single needle. I'm sorry. Single needle for $15,000, which is totally overpriced. I mean, that's a very expensive hobby.
Right.
That is.
Because you can't do production with it.
You can't do production with
No,
it.
not at all.
Exactly. And again, when you have a home machine, it's an entrepreneur and all those, it's phrased that way for a reason. It's not for commercial use. When you start using it for commercial use and it's taking a wear and tear,
You might get 4 hours.
yeah.
You might get 4 hours out of it. Okay.
Ours are run 8, 10, 12-hour shifts, sometimes double shifts. When you start using that machine like that and you have some problems with it, and you reveal that information, your warranty is going to be void.
Right.
I mean, it's not for commercial use, but ours are.
What else? Do you want to talk about the Liberty Digitizing software?
Yeah, we're going to get
We
into
do
the software.
offer Liberty Digitizing software. It's an upgraded software. Comes with 60 fonts, some monograms, pre-digitized stuff that you can use. You can also bring in your own files from Corel to be able to digitize your design created to stitches, and we will have Sean here talk about that because he's the pro on that part there.
Also accept,
You sound relieved.
Yeah.
we'll also accept your true type fonts on your computer, which I'm sure people have thousands, hundreds, and sometimes thousands of them on your computer that you can digitize as well. We'll give you a little, little showing of the software so you can see it is optional. It does come with a software. It's called Universal. However, Universal doesn't come with as much. It is up to 15,000 stitch limitation. You have to be online all the time to use it, so you better have some good internet.
Correct.
And it's good for the year. After that, you have to renew it every year, and there is a fee yearly. The Liberty that we're going to show you is a one-time purchase, and it's $7.99 when you purchase it with the machine. So it's not very expensive. There are a lot of softwares out there that are a lot more costly than ours. But ours will get the job done, and it'll be perfect. And you're not spending a fortune on your digitizing software. And speaking of people, a lot of people in our industry don't even do digitizing. Okay, unless it's monograms or customization. A lot of them are sending out their designs, something more intricate, very detailed logo. They're going to send them out because they could take you an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, depending on your, how versed you are with using the software. So instead of wasting all that time, I hear people sending them out, again, on the Facebook page. We see a lot of people that are sending their work out for $12, $15. You're charging a customer that anyway. Most people are charging $20, $25 to digitize. So some people are even making money off of the digitizing. Okay, we do have some questions.
Yeah, the first question from is, can you bring files in from Illustrator to Digitize?
Yes.
And if you do have Illustrator on the same computer as the software, from the software, which I'll show you, you can go directly into Illustrator to bring those files in.
Correct.
We got another question is, you have a USB port for designs.
Yes, that's something that I wanted to mention too while she touched base on digitizing. This will hold 200 designs in memory or 2 million stitches. That's a lot of stitches and a lot of designs. I would always keep my top 20 maybe, the ones I mostly use in the memory, and then just keep the rest in a USB key or
On
backup.
computer. The next part of the question is, what actually operates the Avance?
Does it require being hooked to a computer? No, it doesn't require. It's not required being hooked to a computer. I know there's one out there. One of our competitors. You have to be hooked up. No.
Yeah.
This one has a USB port right here. So all you have to do is save your file, DST format, bring it over to the LCD screen, insert it, and download your design.
Yeah, you can actually, for example, if you're going to a trade show or a flea market, you can actually print out what designs you're doing, save them on a USB stick, and strictly just take that embroidery machine and plug it into a 110 outlet and have those designs preloaded with no computer unless you want to physically see or show the customer what's printing out if you didn't bring printouts.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Is that all the questions? All right, software.
All right, I'm going to turn off the camera and turn on the screen. And if I lose you, down at the bottom of your screen, you'll see what looks like a little blue snowflake. Just go ahead and click on that and refresh your screen. This is the Avance software. Iris is getting hooked up now. This design right here, it's just an eagle head. I got this image off of Google Images and just saved it as a JPEG, loaded it up into the software, which is what is actually sitting on the embroidery machine. And when we're done, Iris and Don will keep talking, and we'll start the embroidery machine and show you the finished product. How I got there is there's a couple ways you can do it. You've got to design a nice, crisp, clean, sharp image, either a raster image or a vectorized image is the best because it's less pixels. It's more of a clean, defined edge. But once you've got the design in the software, we can go ahead and select the design, which I have here. You would then go up to your embroidery tab, choose your Art to Stitch Intelligent. It'll look at your image, look at the colors, and place the stitches in its place for you automatically. I'll go to our simulation view so we can see what the design looks like. Give you a rough example. Grab the corner, and there we have it. Now, of course, all these stitches running in between are jump stitches. We don't want jump stitches in our design, so we want the machine to trim it. So what we will do is open up our Object Manager on the far right-hand side, and this gives us a breakdown of each section that was created. So what we want to do is, let's see, we'll highlight all of them. We'll come down to More, and where it says Trim, we change that to a Yes. You see we got the little hourglass working. We now have incorporated trims in our design in a matter of 5 seconds. So within a matter of 30 seconds, you've found the image, downloaded it, opened the software, converted it to vector, grabbed it, selected it, add your stitches, added the trims where needed, and you've got a completed design. Once it's completed, it also has an option to where if you're sewing this on denim, we have preloaded fabrics, and you just scroll down until you find the fabric that you're sewing on. Say a little baby's blanket. We can apply it
With the eagle.
with the eagle.
Yeah,
it
real
could
cute.
be supporting the big brother or sister at high school. You never know.
Colors of those threads for your
We need a better
selecting
background than that.
This one's for Don. We got camouflage here. Once you change the background you want to sew this on, but you're like, well, I don't want black. Can we do it as another color? We can just go to the RBG and simply, select your different colors to show the eagle in, what you want to sew it in. So, and up in here, once you're done, you could save this as a JPEG or print it out if the customer's in the shop to get them to approve it before sewing it on their garment so that you've actually got an approval for the right colors, the right color garment before sewing it and the customer changes his mind. We'll go back in here and we'll just turn off the fabric. It also has an option that you can scan your fabric in and save it into this list. If you're doing something for elementary schools every year and it's just changing the logo from 2016 to 2017, you can actually scan their fabric in and print it out to what it looks like on the fabric. Usually what I tell customers is to do that, make a portfolio of all your designs so that when customers do come in, they say, well, can you do a large jacket back? You show them the booklet and your past experiences of what you've done with jacket backs, left chest logos. So having the machine do it automatically, the other way that we will do is if you want to do it, digitize it manually. Go ahead and bring back the image. And doing it manually, this is the time that is more time consuming, but it's using your creative mind. So we'll go ahead and choose a column, which is a satin stitch. And we will then go ahead and place our points in a zigzag pattern going across the object, creating the shape. And the pair of points that I'm placing will actually be the angle of those stitches as it goes around the object so that your stitches are going to turn with the shape, giving you the 3D effect that you want to incorporate with your design. Otherwise, you do it left and right, it's just going to be a flat object. When you're done, press enter, and then there's our design. If we want to change it, say we want it to be a fill, we simply select it, come over to our body, stitch type, zigzag, change it to a pattern fill, and now it's a pattern fill. So even though you digitize something in a certain stitch, it's just a matter of seconds to be able to select it, change the density. Right now it's a 5. We can increase it to 8.5. It'll increase our stitch count from 1,600 to 2,500, the size of our design, how many colors we use.
You zoom in on that and do a preview?
You can zoom in, you can see the fill stitch. We go to view, do a simulation. You see what it looks like roughly as it sews out, as the stitches turn as it goes around the object.
Do they get any training on this, by the way? I'm sure that question is popping around.
Yes. They get, there's several ways you can do training. You can either do your a self-paced tutorial to give you a rough idea what's going to go on. You can log in and get a one-day training with our lead trainer in the Jersey office, or you can come to sunny Florida and get a two-day training Wednesday and Thursday. One day is all about the Avance. The next day is about the software. The good thing is if you come and all of a sudden you hire somebody to start doing your work because you're getting too busy, you can actually send them to the Tampa office and get training as well. As long as you own the software and the machine, you can come 2, 3, 4 times to get training at no cost to you except for the plane trip and hotel stay. Once you're done with the design, I'll go ahead and put the stitches back in the fast way so that I can show you what, because with the software you get keyboard lettering that the ladies talked about earlier, and I will show you that now. And I'll turn off the vector. I'm just going to change the color to blue so that we can see it. Your keyboard lettering, and the option will go up to embroidery. You've got your lettering here, the true type fonts of all the fonts that are on your computer or with the fonts you download from websites. We'll choose digitized. We'll go with Arial, bold, italicized. You can choose a size. We will type in Coldesi. We'll press enter. We will select it and move it up. I want to change the size to 1.5 inches. I want to change the color to a bold green. Move it down a little bit. You want to arc it. You simply come to arrange. You can choose upper arc. Select it. Arc it. Bring it back closer together. Reposition it. You want the letter C a little bit larger. You can just take that C, just move him up, move him away from the letter O, and there you just took lettering within 1 minute to add to your design. The other cool feature I like doing with the lettering is we'll just say Tampa, Florida. I'll just make that a purple color. Whatever.
We have some.
They're making fun of my colors here.
But it's just so you can see.
It's-
That's
yeah.
why he's making the bold colors.
We'll make it 2 inches big.
Colorblind, to be honest.
I'm not going to say nothing. I got 3 ladies staring at me. We could change the density, or not the density, you can change the density, but the letter space in between the text, if you want it to be a little bit more, we can increase that to, you know, as much as you want to accompany the look you're going for. And you can see, once again, you've got stitches between it. You just select the scissors, add trims between the letters, so the machine will trim it automatically for you so that you have to come back in afterwards and trim between letters. I know it's important if you're doing 20, 50, 100 shirts. You know, it gets time consuming and, you know, you get cramps in your hand trying to mark the letter, you know, trim out the scissors. But one of the other features, you've got these templates down here. You could select, say, panoramic. It'll take your image, your text, and shape it to whatever shape you're doing. If you're doing a megaphone, because you're doing a cheerleading, we can go ahead and select that. Where is the megaphone? Am I missing it? Oh, elastic shape. You can take it that way. You can stretch it out, make it however you want to accommodate what you're putting this text on. So, you know, as you can see, within a matter of minutes, we've, you know, took the image, created the stitches several different ways, added a text, arced it, you know, customized it, making it large like a megaphone, you know, all within a couple of minutes that you will learn in training, as well as if you ever have questions, you've got the support for a lifetime that we'd be happy to help you with to have you succeed in your business. Are there any questions so far of the software? Another good thing also I want to mention about the software is, let's say your business is expanding and you want to get into vinyl or you want to get into cams or spangle. This software runs. You could have taken this eagle head and sent it to the cutter, printed out in vinyl, done it in vinyl and then added your lettering and satin stitches around it, or come up to our hot fix and add bling to it. Any questions? Oh, do we have one come in?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, puff embroidery? Yeah, definitely. It's just, you know, like when I digitize the part of the eagle head, it is all in the digitizing, Kevin. It's just you're going to add more stitching. So, for example, if your normal density is 5.25, you're going to increase it roughly 75%. So you're going to look at roughly a 9 to a 9.5 in density.
By the way, Sean just did a tech talk that was talking about digitizing for 3D,
Yep.
for foam embroidery. So
Which, if you go to the website that Mark mentioned earlier,
now you got to go to
the YouTube channel
support. Yeah.
support and Facebook, and the video is on there on how to do puff. And when we go back to the camera, Iris is holding up a hat that we did puff on, and she will go ahead and show that to you. All right, and if there's no more questions, I will go ahead and turn the camera back over to the ladies. And there they are.
Patiently waiting. So here's a 3D puff hat that we embroidered here at, and I'm trying to turn this the right way. As you can see, it
Turn
has
it
some.
sideways so they can see. Yep.
There you go. You can see that. The 3D puff foam can be purchased through our sister company, Coleman & Company. They sell threads. They sell everything you need for that embroidery machine as far as accessories go. Another thing that the machine will do is a 270-degree design. So if you wanted to put something on the side of a hat, front, and also on the other side, you can do that with this machine. And I'm
Ear
trying to
to
do
ear.
this. Yep, ear to ear.
Also, Coleman & Company sells a software for puffy fonts.
Mm-hmm.
I believe it is around $249, but from what I've heard from customers, it works very well, and it's quick, and so someone that's really into the puff is big right now. I mean, it's a big seller right now.
Yeah, and we have a question real quick. It says, did you say that the software converts to vector image? Yeah, if you bring an high-resolution JPEG image in, Carla, you can definitely just go up to vector, reduce the colors, that are in your designer that you want to show up, and then just convert it to vector and select which color you don't want to show up in the background. For example, it's always white, and then now you've got a vector image. So yes, it's very easy to convert a JPEG or bitmap to a vector image.
It is a full digitizing software. Like I said, it's reasonably priced and can do everything you need it to do for your business. And so it's a good investment, and the fact that our technicians are using it as well and know it inside and out can help you with your images when you need help as well.
For those of you out there who like doing patches or want to do patches, Coleman & Company also has a really nice patch kit. You can use that 21 by 14 hoop to create your patches, all right? And then use the patch kit to cut out your patches afterwards. They have heat seal, they have all kinds of stuff over there. So check them out. They are colemanandcompany.com.
Yeah, and they even have the foam for the puff.
Correct.
Yes. It's in different colors. So, we used blue behind this stitching here so that if the thread didn't cover it a little bit, you wouldn't see the puff foam. So you kind of match the colors to your thread. So it comes in, like you said, multiple colors.
Correct.
All right. I'm going to sew out the rest of our eagle.
I'm not
Yeah, what would
seeing
you
rest of you. The puff is
Oh, we got
on
another-
my end or yours. Oh, I'll try that again.
Oh yeah, he's not able to see it. You might need to click on the...
Yeah, click on it. Wait. Okay, Kevin. It looks like you're.
He's got it.
Okay, good.
So the machine runs up to 1,200 stitches per minute. We don't run it that fast. It's like driving your car.
Yeah.
It'll go to, 160, 180, depending on your car. You're not going to drive it that quickly.
What car do you have? Mine goes to 120. How about your car?
Well, I've never taken it that high, but mine does go to 160. Usually,
As you can see, I mean, the machine's running in the background, and we're not screaming at you guys so you can hear it. It's a very quiet machine.
That's Maria, who thinks the camera's off.
you can come over here, Maria, if you want to hang out with us.
Shy.
Yeah, a lot of stay-at-home moms, use these machines too, and I always tell them that's a great benefit of our machine. Quiet, it's smooth operating. It's not going to wake up those little ones while it's running. You can run it all hours of the night. Or if you're in an apartment, a lot of our customers work from home. Not all, but a lot of our customers do run their businesses out of their home, and this allows them to do so without disturbing the rest of your family, neighbors, that type of thing.
All right, we're going to go ahead and show you the machine creating that design. If you guys have any questions, you can keep them coming.
See, and the good thing about the machine is it lets you know how many stitches this design has, where the stitch count is located, and how long it's taken to actually sew the design out.
Yeah, right on the control panel, it tells all of that.
So this design here has roughly 11,000 stitches, and we just hit the 9,200 mark. And we are sewing at 800 stitches a minute.
Your flats on average are 800 to 850. Your hats somewhere between 750. It'll just be smoother that way. You won't break threads and needles. A lot of people try to push their machine to the limits. They're trying to rush their work, of course. But sometimes that's not always the right thing to do because of the fact that when you have to change a needle, when you have to re-thread your needle, all of that takes time.
Yep.
Embroidery is all about time. On average, these machines make you $35 to $50 an hour.
That's pretty good considering that if this design takes 12 minutes to sew out, you've got 12 minutes to go make phone calls,
Yep.
put the laundry in the dryer, yell at the kids,
Fold your
Take the dog out.
do an invoice for our customers.
Fold your garments, pack them up, get ready to ship.
What hoops come with the machine? Carrie, you must have walked in a little later.
We'll show it to you.
We'll show them to you in just a few minutes. And there is a cap hoop included. Actually, there's 2 cap hoops included.
A nice feature on our cap frames too is there's actually two devices, the brackets that come over and hold the hat in place. A lot of the machines out there just have one, and it makes it difficult to hoop the hats, not only to hoop them, but to keep them in place as well. You show the hoops now?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's show it
No
sideways.
problem, Carrie.
Well, we are chatting here. That's
There you
okay,
go.
Carrie, no problem.
You're gonna go down?
Yeah, I'm sorry. So you have your 9-centimeter hoop, you get 2 of these. You have your 12-centimeter, you also get 2 of those.
15
You have your 15, which is on the machine.
on the machine.
This is your 20. This is your 12 by 12 jacket back hoop. Okay, you get 2 of these as well. And then you get 1 big bonus hoop, which is 21 by 15. Okay, and we were saying that you don't get that with consumer embroidery machines.
Yeah, on average it's usually
You
5.
get 4.
You know, by the time you end up buying all the extra hoops that you do need for production, and by the time you add the cap drivers and the frames and everything else, you might as well buy a commercial machine. It's going to be less expensive. It's going to last you longer, and like we said earlier, it's not going to depreciate like a home-based machine would as well.
And see, with the two hoops that you get with the machine, since this one's done, you've already got your next garment hooped. All you do is you pull this one off, put that one on, and press start. Because you've already set the start point, you've already traced to make sure it fits, and all you're doing is just a plug and play until you're done with the job.
Correct. Here's your cap gauge. Okay, we have it set up right here, but you can set it up on a table. Okay, and it does come with the 2 cap hoops, and you'll also get a cap frame.
And Carla wants to know, how high is the sewing area for caps? How close to brim can you sew?
So the brim is like a quarter of an inch.
To the brim, because you have these foot pressers back here, so you have to leave some room.
You're welcome, Carrie. See, Kevin's got a question. He goes, I know
Purchasing you is the best way if possible, but I'm looking to add embroidery to my screen printing business. Do you also sell reconditioned ones? Yes, we do sell refurbished machines. However, right now we don't have any in inventory. We had about
We had 2 that we sold last week. They go quick.
Yeah. So,
and it was only, I mean, we've refurbished them and we do an excellent job. They're like brand new machines. But I mean, it wasn't that much of a discount.
Exactly.
I mean, it was what, like $1,000 discount, right? You get 18-month warranty instead of the 2-year, 5-year with a brand new, number 1. And number 2, you lose out on the 100% trade-up. We'll still do a trade-up, okay? But we don't do the 100% because you didn't pay 100% of the new one. So to be fair, we will give you something, but we will not do 100% on that, okay? So, and then we didn't answer the height on the hat. I think he was looking for how high up you can sew on the hat.
2.65 inches.
Okay.
You might be able to get 2 and 2.75.
Yeah, there's only so much room there. The hat's going to start to curve this way, and the cap driver's going circular. So.
Okay. So our embroidery is done.
I can never get these out.
There
we go.
And there you go.
And there's our eagle.
Product. Yep.
Go Eagles. We're Eagles fans.
Yeah. Woohoo.
Should have been green.
Rain Eagles, right?
Eagle
We're
green.
from Philly.
No.
Philly Eagles we're talking.
Are there financing or lease options on the machine?
Yes, there is. We work with a third party, and they're awesome. We've been working with them for
10 years.
10 years. They do the majority of our lease-to-owns. And so, Carrie, your account manager will reach out to you most likely tomorrow to talk to you about to provide you information on the leasing company and the contact person, provide you with the credit application, things like that. There is some information on the Coldesi website. Actually, if you go to avance-env.com and you click on leasing, there should be some information about the lease-to-own program on there as well. And there is a phone number provided that you can call and speak to the people there in the company's area capital.
Okay. We got another question. They want to know if they did purchase, do you have any in stock, and how long would it take to receive it?
We do. We have plenty of them in stock, and it takes about 5 to 7 business days to prep and ship. Okay, so we would say a total of
2
about
weeks.
10 business days for the machine to ship and arrive to your location.
And speaking of prepping, before these go out, we run 300,000 stitches. They come out threaded. Okay, so our techs will run 300,000 stitches just to ensure everything is running properly. The only thing you have to do is tie off the stitches, bring the threads, it's all threaded for you, lift up your rack, and thread your needles.
Yep.
That's all you have to do. Oh, the needles are threaded, I'm sorry.
And Simon, yes, we do sell to Canada.
We do sell to Canada, yes.
And what kind of added fees would I be looking at? We would ship directly to your home. However, if there's any type of, I'm not really sure how it works in Canada, if it has to go through customs, if there's anything that you have to pay there, you may. I'm assuming you would. So that's something that you probably would have to find out on your end, or maybe we can find out for you. I'm not sure, but you probably would know a lot more than we would when it comes to shipping
before,
there.
so we probably have all that worked out. Also, we have technicians that speak Canadian, so that's important.
Yes, Kevin, we will have
Hey.
your rep contact you in the morning, okay?
Company Lease to own.
Yeah, leasing is a huge benefit for business, okay? They do have different programs, though, keep in mind. They have regular loans for financing, and they use some of the largest lenders out there, Susquehanna, Wachovia. They also have leasing, which is lease to own. Benefits of leasing are it does not show up on your credit as debt, which weighs pretty heavily on our FICO scores these days, in case you didn't know. So that's a huge benefit. So you have some buying power. So in the future, you want to buy a house, you want to buy a car, whatever it is, you're needing, it's not going to be counted against you as debt. And secondly, it's a great tax write-off for your business as well. And it's a way to save your capital and have it for rainy days or, your consumables, things like that. So
Another question is, does the software run on a Mac?
No. Software does not run on a Mac. You must use Windows.
most of the software out there for our industry is not Mac friendly. It would just drive up the price of that software. That software is $799. We know what Macs cost. If we had to have a software for a Mac, not only would we have to have all our employees with Macs, we would have to train them for them, and the software would probably go up at least $1,000. So.
Yep. Thank you, Kevin.
Thank you, Kevin.
We appreciate that. And,
Yes.
yes, it will continue to grow.
Absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to say goodnight.
Yep, thank you for joining us. Dawn and I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. It is, I know it's late for you guys, it's late for us, but we enjoy it. We have fun. We love talking about our product. We enjoy being with you.
Yes.
So we hope that you guys had a good time as well.
Yeah, we
learned.
hope you'll join our Coldesi family, too. Have a good evening.
Bye.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.